Landing site doesn't really matter because I'm going to blow myself up straight away. Ooh, interesting system. People apparently still selecting landing sites. PA, yes. Okay, and the match is apparently getting underway. First things first, blow myself up. Did I? Okay, very good. That's where we go. So, what do we have? We've got Solitary Cheese right about here, playing the pink. We've got Sursky, who apparently isn't loaded in because he's not moving just yet. We've got Quentin Starbanger, who is an AI, because there needs to be an AI. Oh, apparently you forgot to finish this one. So, then Valan, or I'm just gonna call him Avalon from now on, it's easier. Who's basically, yeah, now he's fixing it up. Is playing the green, and then there's, oh, he's moving, Sursky is moving. So apparently he has connected, he's just moving around a bit. And where the hell is LC? No. No, that's Sursky still. Ah, there he is. But he's not moving either, so some connection issues probably. Sometime loading in, maybe black screen. It happens. It happens a lot, sadly. But it's what you get for beta, so it's fine if it happens. So pretty standard build order. 2 metal extractors, 2 power plants, and straight into air. But yeah, as we noticed earlier, the air factory not always the best option because it can get easily shut down with some bumblebees, I think the name is for the air fighters. Really wish I could click on factories to check stuff, but sadly I cannot. So, okay, Sursky is playing somewhat originally. He's going straight for the factory and a fabrication bot, well, a few fabrication vehicles. Okay, Avalon going straight for Navy, the only one to do so. Yeah, LC still hasn't connected yet, so I think he'll be dead in the water this game. Some bots being built, although I do question the use of bots on such a small island. I suppose they're useful, but I would have gone air or naval instead in his case. Probably air. But yeah, it's a matter of taste mostly. Although I do get vehicles on the islands of this size, very useful. Nothing much going on just yet, base building. It's a pretty large planet, let's be honest. So let's go out and check the system. We've got fire, pretty big lava planet. Few lava lakes, but nothing too major going on as of yet there. Few volcanoes, but I do believe the height variation could be a bit bigger on these lava planets, but it's a personal taste. And then we've got something that can be Helite, a very small metal asteroid planet, however you want to call it. Scout's going out for Quentin Starbanger, so the AI is actually checking where everyone is. He's also the only one to have done thus far. Oh, LC actually connected. He's starting to build his base. He's got a pretty big disadvantage in this case, because everyone else is beating him to it. But yeah, he's getting there. Definitely going to go for naval for Avalon here. Getting his economy up and running. He's got a lot of metal that he can claim if he takes control of the seas. So that's something that's very useful for him. AI is building on this little strip of seawater and ice apparently. I do believe Sersky may have disconnected. No, he's still here. Sersky is playing very odd game. Well, odd to me anyway. Quentin now also going for the air. Not a bad choice considering the fact that he's on such a small island and he actually has claimed anything he could claim. So he's still got some space to actually build fabricators and factories and power plants and stuff like that, but if he really wants to get metal, he'll have to go to the seas. And first factory going up for LC now as well. We will need a bit more metal, but it's fine for him thus far. The big advantage for LC is that there's no one really near him, closest one being Solitary Cheese, and he's being left alone, mostly. Okay, the first blue bottle is being constructed here for Avalon. I wonder if he's going to make some narwhals as well for anti-air purposes. He's building some anti-air turrets as well, which is always a good idea, because some early bombers can really wreck your base up something fierce. Few spinners coming out here for Sersky. Not a bad choice, so he can actually take down his pesky scouts as well. And yeah, everyone's pretty much building some air turrets, so early air harassment, especially on this planet, can be stopped. On the larger islands here, turrets would definitely be more viable, but on the smaller islands, those turrets are not that useful. You probably want to be building stuff like belters to actually take out navy assaults and anti-air turrets to take out those. Yeah, definitely going for the blue bottles. I'm not entirely sure if he knows of any locations. I'm gonna check what he actually knows. No, he hasn't scouted at all, so Avalon has no idea what he can actually assault with those blue bottles. Although I suppose that isn't the biggest concern at the moment. And the AI also building a land base now, and seeing that he actually does have access to this land, not a bad choice. Sersky again not moving. Oh, there he is. I do get the impression that Sersky is building buildings one at a time. I may be mistaken, but I do get that impression. What else do we have here? Oh, we've got an orbital going up, the first one. I'm actually surprised it took this long to see the first orbital, so Solitary definitely wants to head out to his plans, and I cannot blame him, because whoever controls that heli controls the fate of one of two worlds. Maybe even both if he can do it well. Yeah, it's definitely the first orbital launcher, and so far the only one that I can see. Some more anti-air going for LC. He likes his lines. Gotta hand that to him. Conga line of blue bottles heading out here. I do believe he does need to launch some fireflies so he can actually scatter around. Oh, we got an orbital radar. This is actually quite useful, although again it's the AI, so I don't know how much the AI actually interprets the knowledge he gets from that radar system. Because technically the AI could cheat if he wants to. So yeah, Astrea is going up. I do wonder if he's going to load his commander on this, he is going to be the first one out, but is he ballsy enough to actually do that? This advanced naval factory is taking a while to be constructed. It's getting there though. And if he gets this one up, he can build battleships or he can build stingrays. And stingrays are awesome because they have this long range cruise missile attack, which can take out a base without you ever having to get close to that base. So something pretty strong in my opinion, maybe a bit overpowered. Because if you can get a fleet of those up, well, that's basically a fleet of mobile catapults, and catapults themselves are pretty OP to begin with. A few bombers coming in from the AI. Does he have enough anti-air? Yeah, he has plenty of anti-air to deal with this. I don't believe he will be losing anything. No, those got taken out really easily. A few shots went off from those bombers, but nothing too major being attacked here. Is he building more? Yes, he's building more bombers. So these bumblebees, they're useful against bots and defenses, but, well, anything but anti-air really, because anti-air can tear him a new one. Bumblebees are really, really squishy. A few turrets going up here for Sursky. And not the worst idea because there's some tanks being constructed here, so we might be assaulted sometime in the near future. Let's see, Solitary, is that Astraeus done for him? The Astraeus is done, but it's not doing anything as of yet, it's just sitting there. I do believe it's loaded up, yeah, it has loaded up a bot Faber, so you can head out. It's also building advanced bot factories. Which again, on this map, not entirely convinced by the advanced bot factory because, well, it's a really teeny island he's on. Okay, the Astraeus is apparently heading out now. Oh, sorry, totally forgot. He already launched an Astraeus. So he's going for one of each planet. I do like the setup of this system though. You've got the big planet, then you've got a moon, and you've got a moon of the moon. Pelter going up for the AI, which is good against naval assaults. LC doesn't have much in the way of defenses yet. And hey, the big duck who's tuning in, welcome to the show. Apparently another orbital fabric going up. I wonder if he's gonna build some teleporters with these. Should probably be a good idea to build them, so he can actually reinforce his secondary bases on his secondary planets quickly. Nothing has arrived here as of yet. Let's check Battletier's Bastion. No. I do wonder where that second Astraeus went, because I didn't see him around the other planets. Oh, also building some orbital power apparently, some solar arrays. And solar arrays are actually very useful. They give 4000 energy and don't take all that much effort to build, so definitely something worth to invest in. Definitely big navy coming up. What is he building with these? Just advanced fabrics. Not the worst idea, considering you only just got that factory. Some narwhals going up here for Solitary as well. And I do like narwhals because they can assault naval installations, they can assault bases, they can take out air. I like them because they're very good all-round units. And they're also the only mobile air unit that can attack both land and air, I believe. Of course, in a straight up fight, a blue bot is going to defeat a narwhal, but again, blue bot is really susceptible to bombing runs and stuff like that. Lots of air patrols going up as well. I really wish I could check the range on that Pelter because I do believe it will end somewhere around here. But if he can extend that a little bit or build the Pelter here, then he can actually start assaulting those naval factories for Solitary. A few turrets also being constructed for Sursky. Lots of AA apparently. Really lots of AA. I do believe that's quite a bit too much in the way of AA. And you might want to build a wall. Let's check actually what Sursky knows. Sursky is completely unaware of anything around him or on this planet, so he doesn't know if there's going to be an assault or where it could be coming from. He's just building defenses. Oh, first battleship coming up. And Leviathans are also very good against naval installations. But again, on the AA front, Avalon really doesn't have anything going for him. It's gonna take quite a while for this solar ray to finish, but once it's up, he does have a substantial advantage in the energy economy. Okay. That's interesting. He's building metal before he's building anything else. The first thing you actually want to build if you land on a planet is a factory, so you can immediately reinforce that planet. Or a teleporter. Teleporters are also really useful. Let's check Balthier's Bastion. Yeah, landing has also occurred, but as of yet, there's nothing being constructed by this little bot here. So let's go back to Frost. The big advantage, of course, for him is that he's the only one who's off planet at this point. Although Avalon is building an orbital factory orbital launcher at this point. So I assume he will be following suit in the near future. But again, he's only the second one, so yeah, it's something. And the advanced air factory finally going up for all C. I do believe the AI is the only one who knows where everyone is, because he's the only one that's scouted up until this point. I'm actually kind of rooting for LC because he's the underdog. He started quite a bit later as everyone else, and, well, as such he's at a disadvantage. So orbital fabbers are going to be the unit of choice for Avalon. The issue, of course, that if he wants to build teleporters on this planet and another planet, short of his commander, he has no ground units to speak of, so he has nothing to send through those teleporters. But let's see if that's actually his plan. He might start going for orbital fighters, or solar arrays, or radar for that matter. There's a few options for him. Let's check fire now. What is Solitaire building here? He's building his first air factory, which is a good choice. If you can build a few bombers, you can lock this planet down. Also building an air factory here. Aether is actually going for the air factory straight out of the box. And considering it's such a small planet, you don't need all that many bombers to completely cover this planet. So let's see what's next. Another orbital fabber being constructed. Nothing being sent out of this planet as of yet. Do you wonder what that first one is building? It's building orbital fighters. So yeah, Avenger is always a good choice to defend your base against weapons platforms, because this can snipe your commander or something fierce. Also, the first missile defense is going up apparently for Sursky, which is a surprise because, well, he doesn't have much else to speak of at the moment. And he's building an advanced vehicle fabber. No, actually, he's building shellers. That's an interesting choice because those units are really powerful, especially against defenses. And you gotta bear in mind that Pelter can actually shoot those shellers, but these laser defense towers cannot reach it at all. Shellers outrange those in quite a substantial manner. More orbital fabricators being constructed here. It's gonna take quite a while for LC to actually finish that because he doesn't really have the economy to support it, and he's also building it with just the one mobile fabber, air fabber. So yeah, not much there. More shuttles being constructed. He should probably take on a few extra vehicle factories and use these advanced vehicle fabrics to actually build something else. Oh, yeah, those shuttles are actually starting to pay for themselves, defending the aggression of Quinton Starbanger, or AI. But yeah, I should probably build some advanced metal extractors and some advanced whatchamacallits, power plants. Yeah, that's the word. Whew, that was quite hard. Avalon has got quite a navy at this point, but the really big ass weakness that he currently has is that he has nothing much in the way of anti-air. He's got a few narwhals tucked in between these blue bottles here, and a few narwhals here as well, but it's not much. I mean, just 2 bomb runs and every single one of those narwhals will be gone, and after that, yeah, you don't really have anything to defend against bomb runs. Some more orbital fabrics going up here as well. We haven't seen much aggression just yet. Oh, the AI is being aggressive. Just as I say that, the AI is actually moving out with quite the army, and I'm not entirely sure if he's got anything that can defend against this. Sure, he's got a few anti-air turrets, but those don't really work against ground. The shellers, however, the shellers are being very useful. They're killing a ton of units just by themselves. He's building up some fabbers to build laser. No, he's actually not building laser towers. He's building missile defense towers, and he's bringing up the commander as well. But the shellers actually did the stars of the show because they killed that army off just by themselves. So shellers really powerful against vehicles apparently. Although, let's be honest, it's not entirely surprising. Still nothing much in the way of aggression. Avalon still hasn't sent, well, actually anyone but Solitary still hasn't sent out anything to the other planets. And there's still this, well, hemisphere really that's completely void of life, which no one has claimed because, let's be honest, if LC starts heading out there and builds some metal, he can actually give a big boost to his economy. This advanced air factory is about to finish for him, but it's still gonna take a little while. Some more orbital fabrics going up. Funny thing is, I think Avalon still has no idea as to where everyone is. No, Avalon, he's got this big sprawling base and huge navy, but except for this radar installation here, he has no idea where anything is. And it's something that I feel most people in this game still aren't doing enough. They're not scouting to the extent that they should be scouting. Okay, lots of anti-air. The hummingbirds humming around. Also a few bumblebees. Apparently he's using those as scouts and sending some out to destroy AA. Probably to clear the way for the bumblebees to go in and bomb something. Well, there are a few anti-air turrets around here, and those missile turrets can actually deal with quite a bit. Although if they are shooting mostly the hummingbirds that are crossing over, then of course they're not going to be doing much. Radar just went down for the AI. But other than that, I don't see any damage being incurred. Nah, that was about the extent of the damage. So, not all that efficient in attack. Ooh, some advanced laser towers being constructed here. And I really like them advanced laser towers. They are really good, especially if you put some walls in front of them. They can stop quite a bit of aggression. Is he seriously building? Yeah, he's building regular energy plants with advanced fabbers. Not entirely sure what the idea is there, but he's doing it. He's going for it. He's also got this advanced naval factory, but he's not doing anything with it as of yet. Some advanced fabrics, well, advanced air fabrics being constructed, but I'm not entirely sure what he's going to do with them. I hope he's going to expand on his economy with them, but I might be completely mistaken. Now he's building an advanced radar. That's actually also quite smart, considering the fact that still no one knows what's going on. Oh, the Navy's finally heading out. Avalon's Navy is probably gonna do quite a bit of damage, because I don't see Quinton having all that much in the way of defenses against this aggression. Nah, he's got a few missile turrets, but that's not gonna stop this Navy, which for one completely outranges any missile turret. And for another thing, well, the pelter might be a bit of an issue, because that can actually do a bit of damage, especially with the walls. But given the correct angle, he can actually take out that pelter no problem. And a single pelter is not that big of an issue, because those beltless ships that he has really outrange those things as well. Yeah, blue bottle's entering the strait right now, and as you can see, missile turret has got nothing on the range of these blue bottles. Sursky's still hanging in there. He's also building some levers by the look of things. I'm not entirely sure where his where his shelters went, because those don't seem to be around anymore. Must be that he attempted an attack or something, although I don't see any destroyed buildings or traces of destroyed buildings. Let's check what Solitaire is doing on the outer planets, because at this point he should have locked them down pretty thoroughly. Yeah. Lots of bomber patrols going around. Teleporter also up. 2 teleporters up, and one has been connected to something. Is that connected to Frost? That's the question. No, Frost has no teleports. This is actually interesting. Because, oh yeah, no, I was wrong. It has been connected. And he should probably send his commander to at this point, because his commander could get bomber sniped on this planet, but if he sends his commander to fire, then it's completely safe from any sort of aggression. Yeah, the secondary teleporter also up now. I assume that one is connecting Vulture's Bastion. Yes, it is. So, with the economy of 2.5 worlds at his disposal, because he's got a pretty sprawling base on Frost as well, he should be able to do quite a bit of damage. His commander is still sitting here though, and he probably should get that off world, but again, that's my taste, my feelings on the matter. Solitary, oh yeah, is sending quite a bit of advanced fabrics through that gate. Potentially also his commander. I cannot see if he's actually going. Yeah, commander is turning around. Yeah, it's going through the gate. Commander is going through the gate. So while everyone is fighting for control of Frost, he can actually weaponize that metal planet. And if he can weaponize that metal planet, then well, he wins the game in a pretty major fashion. Yeah, this is the commander going through, as you should do, of course. If he sends his advanced fabrics through this gate as well, then yeah, it's pretty clear as to what he wants to do with them. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens there. So let's get back to Frost and see if Solitaire's navy is moving out anywhere else. And apparently someone said something on Facebook because the music got muted. And his navy at this point is just sitting here. Took down a few buildings, but it's not moving in through this little inlet here into the lagoon and trying to destroy anything. Maybe something he will do later. Maybe he's just waiting for the rest of the forces to get into position before he starts moving out. A few showers being constructed again. Still no advanced. Oh well, he's got this. Oh, he's being shelled as well by something. Yeah, the pelter is apparently shelling his base, so he should probably take that out. So he's got one advanced metal extractor, but he's got nothing in the way of advanced power plants and stuff like that. Okay, that's that taken out. Although if just two of these levers get into position, well, or just two of the shellers get into position, that should be enough to actually take out this. Yeah, that's not the thing you want to be shooting, mate. Should be able to take out his pelters. But of course, if he doesn't take them out, yeah, then the pelter will take him out. Oh, why are you not moving? Yeah, yeah. He's gonna lose those now, and they won't have taken out his pelters. Which is gonna be a problem later on. Especially if he rallies his units right in the range of those pelters. That pelter is actually shooting back, which is good. Ah, the navy is moving in a bit further, inching forwards apparently. Probably just being pressed in there because the rest of navy is arriving and pushing it forward. But it's doing what it should be doing, moving on and shooting stuff. I'm gonna quickly check what is going on around here. So fire still being locked down, something more. Advanced factory going up. Is it water vehicle? Advanced box factory going up. Also more storage going up. Always a good idea to get more storage. And let's see if he actually sent those advanced fabbers onto Baltier's Bastion. Baltier's Bastion is not being weaponized to any extent at the moment. The funny thing is, because Baltier's Bastion is not directly orbiting Frost, Frost is actually not able to send any nukes to Baltier's Bastion, can only nuke fire. And yeah, well, nuking fire at the moment is still a viable option. He can nuke fire, which is actually a vulnerability that Solitary should be fixing. More bots coming through. Lots of storage going up, lots and lots of storage. But the thing is, because he's the only one off world, I'm not sure anyone else realizes that they should be doing anything about this. There's anti-nukes up, but there's no nuke launchers anywhere. And although Avalon can probably dominate this planet just because he's got this huge navy, he doesn't really have any response to anything else. I also saw that his orbital units, he's got a few of those weapon platforms mixed in. And those weapon platforms could actually snipe commanders on different planets, and that was the AI going down. So commander just waltzed right into that big ass navy and got taken out, which is good for Sursky. If I can only scroll to Sursky, yeah. Yeah, there's Sursky. Because this completely takes the pressure off Sursky's base and he can actually keep on building. LC going boom. So LC is still being pretty much left alone. He's starting to build some advanced energy plants, which is more than Sursky doing. He's got some advanced metal extractors as well. But I think there's little doubt at this point that Avalon is going to take control of this planet. This base of Solitary might put up a bit of a fight because it's got a few narwhals and it's got some defenses around it, but it's mainly anti-air turrets, and anti-air turrets, as I said earlier, not that much of a threat to navies. At this point, Solitary is probably thinking he still has a fair bet to just win with the armies because he doesn't know of anything else. Let's check. Well, he does know of the quite huge sprawling base that, well, maybe it's not him that knows. Let's actually check to be sure. No, he has no idea as to what's going on. He knows there's a few Avengers, he knows about the weapons platforms, but he doesn't know about anything else. And this navy moving in here will be a surprise for him. Oh, he did build a few Stingrays, which is awesome. Because those Stingrays can actually tear this fleet a new asshole if they get too close. Although I'm not entirely sure if the Stingrays can do anything about the huge amount of ships coming in. That might be a bit too much. And I'm probably gonna shut down an annoying Facebook sound because, well, I don't like it when I'm not streaming, let alone when I actually am streaming. So yeah, I do believe this navy will actually waltz over this base eventually. It's gonna lose some ships due to the Stingrays and due to the, well, apparently not bombers. It's also sending some narwhals to the front, although narwhals are not gonna be doing all that much. Does this knowledge impact his playstyle? No. Still as unweaponized as can be. Fiber? Fire maybe? Something going on? Building some nukes? Because fire nukes are a viable option. He's building anti-nukes. That's a good idea. Those anti-nukes you want to have. But nothing else going up. Yeah, blue walls slowly whittling away. They're just at the edge of the engagement range. These Leviathans, though, they're gonna be the stars of the show because they're gonna have the range, they're gonna have the damage. They're just gonna pack such a huge punch. And this little squad of narwhals is gonna, yeah, it's not gonna go well for him, let me put it like that. Yep, and there we go. They reached engagement range. They're gonna take out this narwhal, I think. And they're gonna provide vision for the stingrays, which is useful. But I don't believe it will be worth it. Yeah. Slowly being whittled away. Just the single narwhal from this side joining in, trying to do its part. I have to say, it's making a bigger hole in this navy than I had anticipated. Probably due to the stingray support. And those are the 3 last ones. Just 2 more. The very, very last. And that's it. That was the end of those. And then there's this conga line coming in here. Still providing vision though. I think this is actually the way to go. Sending in one at a time to provide vision for the stingrays so they can actually launch their cruise missiles. Sadly though, Avalon actually now caught on to the cruise missile stingrays and is moving towards them. And let's check, how are LC and Sursky doing? Sursky building an air factory and actually managed to build his first advanced power plant. Well, no, second. He built one here as well. And he also has these missile defensive systems operational, so that is very good for him. More bots going through. Some advanced bombers being built. Now, advanced bombers, even when you're completely and atrociously behind, are so very powerful because if you can comp snipe with them, then you're really doing a good job. Oh, and he's also building nukes. Nuke's still a viable option against, yeah, I guess the base of Solitaire completely viable because Solitaire has no nuke defenses whatsoever. And there's some nuke defenses up here, I do believe, yeah. There's some up for Avalon, so you need at least 2 nukes to deal with that. I think he's stacking on some extra. Let's check. Oh, he's actually got the full 3 nukes built, so you need 4 to take this out. That's good to know. Just a single nuke up for Sursky, an extra being built. So, yeah, only actually viable against Solitaire's base. But for Solitaire, that's not too big of a concern because, well, Solitaire has 2 planets except for the one they're fighting on. And he's stacking on some extra nukes, also making an umbrella system. 2 umbrella systems apparently, which is great because those defend its commander against weapons platforms, which was a concern earlier on. But at this point, it isn't anymore. Bolchier's Bastion, still no helis going up. This is at the moment just the Tech 1 metal support plant that's building a lot of bombers. So this is probably his ace in the hole if he ever decides to weaponize it. Stingray's still doing an obscene amount of damage considering the fact that they're so close to the enemy fleet. The only issue of course with Stingrays is that they do overkill quite a bit. Because you see a lot of missiles going to the same ships. Then again, as stuff gets closer, they do pick different targets. Not all the time, but as you can see, there's a few. Yeah, actually, they all picked different targets. Except for these 3 missiles, they all impacted on the same Leviathan. Whoa! Lots of air coming in. Lots of air. Those bombers are gonna do some major damage. It's a shame they flew over the Navarals, but because they could have avoided the damage entirely. But yeah, those bombers, they're gonna tear this apart. That's the Narwhal's probably gonna die. Yeah, that's the end of the Narwhals. Completely carbon bombed to high heavens. The naval production facilities here also got taken out. So these Stingrays, once they go down, there's no way to actually rebuild them. And they will be going down. And once those are down, the rest of this giant ass navy that's constantly under construction can actually waltz over that base. Let's see, how many bombers have been constructed thus far? A few, not too many, but enough for a single comp snipe if there's not too many AA in the area. Oh, no, just basic bots. For a second there I thought he sent over some advanced bots, but no, he isn't. Funny thing is, this match could have actually ended about, yeah, I think 15 minutes ago at this point, if Vulture's Bastion actually got weaponized. I do wonder if Solitaire actually realizes he won. If he wants to, because if he loses now, well, it's gonna be kind of shameful. This commander actually took a few hits. I wonder what did that. Oh, he's going orbital. A bit late at this point because going orbital won't do much, I'm afraid. In LC's defense, though, he did connect quite a bit later than all the rest. And he's still got quite a amount of bombers. And trying to snap Avalon is still a viable strategy because, well, Avalon is still on this planet. And he doesn't, well, except for all the anti-air turrets that he built, he didn't really get any anti-air units up, except for a few narwhals that are in between that mix. Nuke is finally finished here. I do wonder if he decides to send that nuke somewhere. Sending it against Solitaire base would be a good choice because it can actually take it out without any more losses. We'll just have to wait and see if that actually happens. Oh, there has been a nuke sent over. Yes, against Solitaire's base, and this is by LC. Because I just noticed that he was building a completely new nuke. I wonder if this will prompt another nuke from Avalon, noticing that Solitaire is actually vulnerable to nukes. As of yet, he hasn't launched any. No, he's just leaving it. What you gotta bear in mind though is he has no anti-nuke defenses around this area, so if a nuke gets sent over here, then it can actually take it out. The bummer for LC, of course, being that even though he took out the portion of Solitaire's base, Solitaire really doesn't give a damn. It's not that important to him. The same damage being incurred on Avalon's base, on the other hand, that would be a pretty major blow. Yeah, these Stingrays actually got taken out. There's only 2 left at this point. And a few narwhals are still attacking, but That's not enough. Oh, he actually built another advanced naval factory. That's constructing stingrays. Very good, very good. He's also building anti-nukes. Probably should have done it before he built nukes, but considering that no one actually bothered to nuke him, it's fairly fine. These two actually attacking Solitaire's base because it's slightly closer than naval ships, or they just don't have vision of naval ships. That's something else entirely, but also possible. Advanced bombers being constructed here as well. There's not much going on in this base, if I'm completely honest, because nothing is building anything at the moment. Oh, there's a cloud heading out. Cloud with a lot of advanced bombers in there. And a vanguard of peregrines and hornets. So it's also some bumblebees apparently in here. But those bumblebees pale in comparison. No wait, bumblebees are the advanced ones. It's the hornets that are the less advanced ones. So anyway, these anti-air fighters absorbing a lot of all the shots, where the bombers are coming in and just following up. Because the bombers actually take less damage due to the fighters soaking up a lot of the shots. Yeah, these bombers will take down a fair portion of this base. Once the navy is down, that's it, because the navy of Avalon can completely bomb the land-based defenses and construction facilities. Okay, while that bombing run's going on, let's check if there's anything going on with Belcher's Bastion. As of yet, again, no. There's some more fabbers around here, but those fabbers are not doing anything at the moment. What's going on fire? Building any nukes? Oh yes, fire is being nuke central at the moment. Nothing is assisting those nukes, but they are being constructed. Let's see, that's 10 nukes in construction. So even though he might lose this entire base, although he's building a lot of air, that's not that big of a deal because he can send lots and lots of nukes, and I don't believe anyone, including Avalon, has any defense against that huge amount of nukes. No, he just has the one anti-nuke launcher as far as I can tell. So yeah, significant remodeling going on around the base of Solitaire, and by remodeling mean lots of it being taken apart. This naval factory might actually survive. It's gonna be close, but most of the bombers are down at this point. And there are still a few anti-air turrets around here. No, yeah, it went down. It went down. It was a close one, but it went down. Let's see, there's just 1, 2, 3, 4 bombers remaining, so lots of peregrines being constructed though, to compete with that air army, which is a good choice because if he can build a lot of peregrines to take this out and then build a lot of bumblebees of his own, he might actually be able to compete on that front. The downside, of course, being that there's this navy that can assault that position, although it takes quite a while for that navy to get into position. Then again, there's this navy which is already in position. So yeah, it's probably not gonna go well. This is the end of Solitaire's base. Especially if there's more nukes being launched at his face. LC being kinda mean. Of course, LC is sort of biting himself in the ass because every nuke he's sending against Solitaire is a nuke that's not being sent against Avalon. And Avalon is the biggest threat to him at the moment. Oh, and Avalon actually sent something up himself? No, it's just orbital construction going on. So that's fine. Wait, did someone... Well, I do believe Sursk has completely given up on his game because he's constructing a heli on a planet that he's on for one thing and that cannot move for another. Although he might not actually realize it. I wonder if I should say anything. Probably not. Oh, I see advanced fabbers. Are they gonna build economy or are they going to go for the helis? We shall find out. Stay tuned for part 2. No, part 2 is coming right now, so never mind. No, he's going for the economy. Well, that was anticlimactic, I have to admit. Okay, back to Frost it is. Yep, Navy's moving in here to mob that up. Other Navy's moving in here to mob that up, so... yeah, not much that can be done about that at this point, I believe. Funny thing being though, if Solitaire actually sends over some orbital fabricators and builds a gate here, he can completely blindside a base of LC and be back on his planet. Actually, if he builds something over here, he can blindside Sursky as well. Might be that this is actually one of Sursky's first games because... to be honest, I don't see him really being all that strategic about this. Orbital radar being constructed, although I'm not entirely sure what Avalon is expecting to see on that at this point, because if anything went to a different planet, it will have gone so quite a while ago. It's kind of funny that nothing has been annihilated as of yet. Oh, and he's building actually anti-orbital defenses in addition to the economy. Let's see what the status of these nukes is. Where are the nuke launchers? No, it's power. Oh, there they are. About 1/3 done. 1/4 on the ones that start later on. Lots of econ though. Lots and lots and lots of econ. But I do believe it's a pretty fair thing to be saying that Solitaire has won. Yeah, he's just going straight on econ. I'm kind of disappointed. I really want to see a heli. Oh, there's actually bombers moving in on this navy. The only downside, of course, is there's some anti-air in this navy as well. Although the midsection is pretty much undefended. But it was just a flyby is moving completely across it. Maybe it's a scouting sortie, that might be the case. Or he could be going for Sursky. If he knows where Sursky is, which I'm not entirely sure of. He seems to be going for Sursky though. Sursky does have a lot of anti-air turrets. And his commander is on the completely other end between the anti-air turrets, so there's not much that can be done about that. Oh, wait, no. He is going for Avalon space. Ballsy, I like it. I like it a lot. Might be able to do something about these bot factories. If you actually bomb the bot factories. Yes, he is. Took out 2 of them. And going straight into the navy, although there's some Norwals in here. So he might be able to take a few blue bottles with him, but he's probably gonna lose those bumblebees. Yeah, a number of blue bottles got destroyed. And he actually does have enough left for another attack run. Very good. And another nuke being sent. Ooh, interesting. And a nuke that seems to be going for the base of Avalon. Sadly, of course, Avalon does have quite a number of anti-nukes. There's a full tree. Although if it goes for the land base, which it seems to be going, yeah, that might actually hit. It depends where exactly he targeted it. If it's close to the anti-nuke, it might not, but if he put it somewhere around here, then there's quite a chance that it will actually hit. So... no, got... oh! An anti-nuke was launched, but the nuke actually impacted right before the anti-nuke could do anything about it. And that commander is really low health, so he could actually snipe it. If he realized it, which I'm not entirely sure he does. I'm actually fairly certain he has no idea whatsoever. And Kumar was like, whoa, I feel like someone pulled off my pants. I feel so naked right all of a sudden. So that's the end of that land army. Did he actually build a second nuke launcher? No, he didn't. Nope. He's building an anti-nuke launcher still, which still hasn't finished construction, so it's vulnerable to nukes himself. I'm gonna check that heli again. Well, potential heli, let's put it like that. Nope, nopeity, nope, nope, nothing going on. Nope, just economy being built. And anti-nuke launchers. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I was going to tell him that no nukes can get to him, but let's just leave it. So this base having a pretty bad day. After this match is done, I'm gonna play some Dota 2 though, because, well, this is a fucking long match. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm quiet, partly because I was typing, partly because, well, there's nothing much to be commenting on at the moment. Just nukes being constructed all over the place, and, well, that's it. Oh, maybe that's a lot of bumblebees. Please tell me that's a lot of bumblebees. It's, well, it's not a lot of bumblebees, but it's a fair amount of bumblebees. You should be building more though. How are those nukes coming along? Nukes, 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 nukes. Where are the nukes? About halfway done. I do feel that Solitaire is somewhat of a nature-loving commander because, well, he's not doing anything to actually destroy the planet. He wouldn't dream of it. Shorsky's still going for the heli on the unmovable rock that is Frost. Not the best play ever, I have to say, but yeah. He really wants to move this. He really wants to shoot this somewhere in a different orbit than it currently is. And the commander is rebuilding this base. He completely repaired it, which he should have done. A lot of people don't do this if their commander takes damage. People like LC apparently, because his commander still is pretty low health. He's nearly got another nuke that he can fire someplace. And he's sending, oh, he's actually being smart. He's sending out orbital radars to scout for potential locations that he wants to nuke. Of course, if he were to move over, well, no, he actually doesn't have any umbrellas anymore. He used to have. One of these fabrics is maybe telling another, in my day there used to be an umbrella system and an entire base around here. Which, well, there isn't anymore. I'm actually surprised that he's still putting any effort into this base because, well, let's be honest, it's lost. It's surrounded by navy on all sides. Oh, yep, nuke was apparently launched and it impacted been a part of the navy, but I don't see. Nah, I don't believe that actually did all that much damage. Because, well, let's be honest, there's still this ball of death and ball of death and another ball of death, so. And not entirely convinced by the wisdom of nuking that. Is he going to? Please tell me he's going to assist him. Please tell me he's going to assist his nukes. No, they're just here for chilling purposes. They are not intending to do anything at all. Oh, he actually, yes, he built the helis! Thank God for that. Finally doing what I was hoping he would have done about half an hour ago. Now the big question is he going to activate them? Helis are all up. They are deployed. It's going to press the nuke this other planet to high heavens button. I'm hoping he will be. We might still evacuate the engineers even though it serves no purpose whatsoever. Well, everyone on this planet seems not to be aware that there is a heli asteroid in play. Some astray is apparently being constructed. Not entirely sure what it's planning to do with that Astraeus. But he built it. He might go for it, he might not. Probably not. Oh, come on, please fire this heli. You know you want to. Maybe he's gonna wait for his nukes to finish. I really wish I could send personal messages in this game so I could implore him to send the heli. Nah, he's gonna go for nukes. He's actually assisting the nukes, so that's good. That's something that is also very good and I want to see. He's not being really efficient about the assist, but he's assisting. So we can still be happy about that. That's 2 nukes done. Third nearly done. Yep, that's 3 done. That's some more assists going on. Yes. You noticed that his assists weren't going exactly as they should be going. Oh yes, look at all that nice nanolating goodness. Building more nukes. Building flaming rockets of death. I love it. So that's 4 done, 5 done, 6 done, 7 done, 8 done, 9 done. No, no, this one is done. So it's 8 done. No, sorry, 9 done. And this is the final, the 10th. So I do hope he actually shoots them, because if he just keeps them, then I'm gonna be cross. And then I'm probably gonna say something. Come on, Solitaire. Pick a side and shoot the damn bastards. Yeah, Vulture still isn't going, so... Let's look at these nukes, let's look really intently and wait for them to go. Not going. Still not going. Oh, he's actually sending a commander off. LC, no. Oh yes, oh yes, yes. Solitaire is sending in the heli. Yes. Oh, wait. This might be one of those cases, however, where this is a stalemate, because LC sent off his commander, which, well, allows him to escape this. So, everyone is going to die, except for LC, who just escaped. Also, good music for Planet Smashy stuff. So that's everyone. Wait. Okay. Except LC and Solitaire Knight. Oh, wait. Yes, yes. He's going to go into the sun and die, apparently. LC, you bloody retard. Although, in fairness, Solitaire won this. LC, well... LC is gonna head for the center of the sun. I love her report like, ah, crud. Oh, she actually disconnected. So... Solitaire can leave. Okay, so, Yeah. Oh, he doesn't. Okay, apparently someone on the stream noticed that the commander is not going to die. Emperor Jeremy, I thank you for that knowledge. Anyone who watched, thank you for watching. This weekend there will be a pace tournament. It's gonna start at 7 GMT. And, well, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, and if you like this, give me a like. Stuff like that.